Welcome to DC On Screen, a podcast about the DC Universe properties being brought to film and television. I'm your host, David C. Robertson, and this, he who once took sick after consuming a thrice microwave chalupa supreme, Jason.
Hello. It was a sad memory. I don't want to start with that. Remember that time I met a puppy? I'm going to remember that time I met a puppy. Cute little paws.
You need to remember the time you met the pup. Yeah.
It's a much better direction for the start of a show.
Actually, I've got a slightly better direction for the start of a show. Earlier this week, I was sitting at a traffic light, and I was taking a left on green, and it gave me the little green arrow. And this asshole was trying to take a right on red, and didn't realize that I had the right of way because I had the green arrow.
Of course.
And I was infuriated, and I told my my girlfriend about that, and she was like, can we just refer to those lights as queen lights?
Just anytime you have the green arrow. Look, I've got an Oliver. I don't know what the hell you want from me.
Yeah, it's a queen light.
Somebody's over there with their right on red, and you're like, look, shut up with your damn speedies, okay? I've got an Oliver. Who leads this team? Actually, that's a pretty good, a helpful mnemonic for any young people who are about to take the driver's license exam.
Right.
Oliver trumps Speedy. Left on green trumps right on red. Unless your car's faster.
Dave trumps everybody because his girlfriend's the coolest.
Right. I think I just heard you level up on points. I just heard a ching.
I did. Oh man, we have got to get to the news.
Go.
I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah, there's about 50 years worth of news that just happened. So.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I do want to address quickly that we are late on the news. We had some technical issues that we had to deal with, but we are back.
They were smited properly.
First off, we're going to go to video games. They're really trying to get you to pay that $700 for that game system, man.
It'll be affordable by the time I can afford it, if that's not too circular.
Yeah, well. So, WB Interactive says that they'll be making more Batman games after Arkham Knight, but Arkham Knight is the last Arkham game. Rocksteady hinted that they won't be doing any more Batman games, but they'll be working on a Superman game next. Warner Brothers Quebec, who did Arkham Origins, is apparently looking into doing other DC heroes like Wonder Woman and Shazam and Green Lantern.
I'm glad to see them all get explored, but Rocksteady was the only one out of that whole group that did it correctly. So
yeah,
I mean,
but they're looking at doing the Superman game.
Yeah, so and Superman's needed a good game.
Take on the big ones.
Yeah, Superman's needed a good game for a while. There haven't been for a character that seems like he'd be so much fun to run around the screen. I don't know what's gone wrong, but no one's ever made it really fun. I mean,
yeah. I think the primary issue would always have to be that you would have to depower him so much to actually be able to have the person playing the game die in the game.
Right.
You know? It's just, I don't know. I'm sure it'd be difficult.
The thing is, though, like, I always assumed you could do a couple things. You could, level 1, level 2 kind of thing. You're at full power. You get to see what the game's like when it's already, when you're at the full power stage. Something happens in the plot, depowers you. I don't know, insert Luther here. And then you're pretty much depowered. Maybe it starts you out with a little bit of one power, and you have to just kind of work your way up through the game, and as you go, you get a little progressively stronger, and you pull in something like from The Dark Knight Returns, where something they don't use much, where maybe you can go to fields of grass and soak up the solar energy from that.
Oh, that's an interesting idea.
Just to kind of keep your energy levels up and everything.
Yeah, I mean,
and you get to full power. The last couple levels of the game, you just get to be freaking Superman, running around doing things. And you could even have little after games where part of you're a reporter after all. So when the game's finished, you still go back to explore the environment, and part of what you explore is like he has stories. He has stories he's picking up. So like there are 15 scraps of paper or 15 people across the city he has to go meet and talk to and explore that little story, and that's a whole article he's developing. At the end, you kind of get to read the article that he puts out and stuff.
Yeah.
See, entirely possible. Entirely possible.
It is. Again, why aren't they employing people like us?
I don't know. That's better. That's better than anything that they've done with, say, all right, now I'll bring up some hollowed and angry words if anyone's... if you can remember Superman 64, I probably just ruined your day by ringing it up. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize.
I recall it.
This is mortifying.
Oh, man. Okay. So WB revealed concept art for the new Arkham Knight DLC character skins. Batman is getting 3 outfits. He's getting Batman Hush, Batman Justice, and Batman of Zur-En-Arrh.
Wow.
Robin will get the Damian Wayne costume, and Red Hood will receive a new costume that he's been wearing over in the new Batman and Robin comics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks awful. The new Red Hood costume's just awful. Ugh. It just is.
I haven't actually seen that. No, I take that back. I know I've seen it. I just don't remember it.
Now, the October DLC for Batman Arkham Knight is a new story DLC for Selena Kyle / Catwoman, obviously. New Crime Fighter Challenge pack, and the 1960s Batmobile racetrack and skins for Robin and Catwoman.
Of course.
Yeah. There is also a possibility of having Christian Bale's version of the Batsuit in the game, as well as having all playable characters in a new AR mission.
Yeah,
also
I've heard
the
the
Batman
AR missions
Arkham
are
Knight.
going to ramp up.
Yeah. The Arkham Knight PC version was pulled back in June, but is back on the shelves later this month in October. So they did kind of pull it because it was so awful.
It was apparently buggy as all fuck.
Right.
There are Pixar films that had less bugs in them.
Yeah, the initial version was the Hell Grammet edition.
Yeah.
Buggy as hell. All right, let's jump over to some movie news. Batman vs. Superman. Apparently 3 trailers are coming. 2 1-minute trailers will apparently premiere on October 26th. One Superman-centric trailer will air during a commercial break on CBS's Supergirl.
Right.
And one Batman-centric trailer will air on Fox during Gotham.
Good call, guys.
Yeah.
Now,
and then we're gonna get
they
a
could have spent
theatrical
less
trailer.
money and done all that if someone hadn't decided to schedule Supergirl against Gotham, but
I know.
it's neither here nor there now.
But we're also going to get a theatrical trailer that will drop sometime in November. The 2 trailers are going to come out on October 26th, by the way.
Yeah, which is when we get Supergirl.
Right.
And unless you found the leaked pilot somewhere, in which case I guess you'll have it the week after.
Now you have a reason to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was it could help to have something else to be excited about for Supergirl anyway.
Right.
I haven't been part of the whole. I don't watch CBS. I don't see any of their commercials. Yeah. Take that, CBS. I don't even care.
So Batman vs. Superman has officially gotten a rating. It has been the MPAA rated at PG-13 for intense sequences of violence and action throughout, and for some sensuality. I don't know what that part means.
I really don't either. I assume it's not like, Superman shooting a load through the back of Lois. We're not going to have
Everyone seems to
Kevin
think
Smith
it's
dream
going to
here.
be like, yeah. The internet seems to be coming together on the idea that it's going to be like Wonder Boobies or something. I don't know. I don't think.
Surely they're not that stupid. Surely.
I really hope they're not that stupid.
I'll tell you right now, this would be a dumb decision. And if I say it like this, you'll probably agree. Do you think it's a smart decision to take the most powerful possible female character in comics, the one that you're intending to make a tent pole out of, as far as the representing the feminine side of your Justice League? Let's immediately put her in a love scene the first time she's in a movie. Yeah, that won't go over badly.
Yeah.
Just let her kick some ass. Let her get in there with the boys and beat their asses.
Yeah, you want to make a tent pole out of her, not a pop tent.
Right. Make better decisions. Hopefully it's just a little bit of, I don't know, Clark Lois action or something. We know it's not going to be Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, at least what are the odds that it's Bruce?
Right. I don't know, man. Alfred and Bruce seem pretty close in that trailer.
They are pretty close in that trailer. I think the sensuality just refers to that shot while Affleck's training, the shot of the back muscles.
Right.
It was just too much for the people doing the censorship. They had to tug at their collars a little bit.
All right, so since we're gonna move on. So, happy birthday to Jesse Eisenberg. He turned 32 this week. And Ezra Miller on the 30th turned 23.
Wow.
So crazy. Happy birthday to those guys.
Yeah.
David Ayer said something that's a little disturbing. He says that Jared Leto's Joker is scary and will be more in line with the Heath Ledger portrayal. I don't want
I just think
that.
it means philosophically.
Hopefully. Now, this is
And I like
brand
the
new
Agent of
news.
Chaos version, so I'm good with that.
Yeah. This is kind of bad news, I think. Seth Grahame-Smith, who he directed the only thing he's ever directed is 2 episodes of MTV's The Hard Times of R.J. Berger. His claim to fame was he authored Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, as well as Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and was an executive producer on that movie, and is writing Lego Batman. Now, he's directing his first picture, and that will be Ezra Miller's The Flash.
Wow.
Right?
That's scary.
It is really scary.
I could claim hopeful ignorance were it not for the fact that I have actually watched Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. And don't get me wrong, the axe work in it was gorgeous. It's actually fun to watch the axe spin. But that was the most enthralled I got in the movie.
Yeah.
Other than thinking like,
it,
oh, Alan Tudyk can play an asshole. Cool. Didn't know.
Alan Tudyk can play anything.
He really can play anything. I think Jimmy Simpson was in there too. So I was surprised I hated the movie as much as I did. And it's not even that it's not even that it's a movie. It's you'd really have to sit down and parse it out, but there's not a thread that runs through the damn thing. So
yeah.
Hopefully it won't be as scattered.
All right, some quick bits. Batman Begins is now available on Netflix. The Flash Season 1 is available on Netflix October 6th, and Arrow Season 3 is available October 7th. I think they should have bumped that up just a little bit, just so give some people time to catch up. But whatever.
I've got it. Like, it seems so obvious that all should have been a month ago, so everyone could binge and get ready for the new season. I keep thinking surely that there was like a contractual thing with Netflix they just couldn't get through in time or something.
Yeah.
So
and a movie that we expressed interest in and have not seen yet, Batman Beleaguered, the Lego DC Comics movie.
Yeah.
That's going to be out on Netflix later this month.
Okay. Well, I'll get around to that then.
Woo!
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. This is kind of Batman v Superman news, but not really. It's just that Zack Snyder's involved. He's in talks with HBO to make the Watchmen into a TV series.
Yes.
And all that we have on this is that HBO has confirmed that they're discussing it. But they haven't said anything else. We don't know anything else about it. I don't even think that there's anything else to say about it, other than it's a terrible idea.
Oh, seriously? Come on. No, I can deal with that.
I think it's a terrible idea. Like, the movie pretty much got the story. I mean, what are there, some, like, excerpts from a novel? I mean,
no,
the hell do we really...
You can't make it... Here's what I would hope. You cannot possibly make a product that was more like the book. I mean, there were shots in the movie that basically used the comic book as a storyboard.
Yeah, no.
And don't give me any shit about there not being a giant squid at the end of that book. This version was elegant compared to there being a giant damn squid at the end of the book.
I was fine with the end of the movie.
I thought it was
I didn't have a problem with it.
Perfectly organic little twist, and was it still kept the subject matter wholly.
Yeah.
And the Watchmen story, just as far as a tale of morals goes, is it's a gold mine of discussion for me. I love the story, love the ethics that are discussed in it. Now, you can't redo it. There's no point trying. They did it. It was done well. Like, it's the best thing Snyder's ever made, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Don't try to do it again. Try to do something completely different.
Yeah, like, I don't want there to be any more, though. Like, even when DC...
I want him to take the themes and play with them over a long stretch. I wouldn't mind seeing that set of ethics discussed over, 13 good episodes.
See, okay, DC Comics put out miniseries like a couple of years ago that jumped into different aspects of the universe of Watchmen, and I didn't care. I didn't want to read it. I didn't, because Alan Moore had nothing to do with it. To me, it's like, why? Just Watchmen was like this perfect graphic novel that didn't need to be changed, didn't need to be expounded upon. Without Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons, I could give a shit. Like, you're just milking a cow. You're milking a cow, and I don't want there to be an HBO Watchmen series. I want there to be an HBO Batman series.
I know.
You know,
and I want that too, but I'll take a Watchmen
there's just
series.
little point. Anyway, one more piece of kind of movie news. Robbie Amell was at the Salt Lake Comic-Con, and he was promoting the X-Files miniseries. He's going to be in the new X-Files show.
Oh,
and he was
cool.
promoting The Flash. Yeah. And he was promoting The Flash, and he said he would love to play Terry McGinnis in a Batman Beyond film.
Oh, my God. He would nail Terry McGinnis.
Right? He says, I am a huge fan of that idea. I think the problem is because they have Batman going on right now, they won't make the Batman Beyond movie until I'm too old to be Terry McGinnis. By then, I'll probably be the old, crusty Batman. But I'm a huge fan of that idea. I think it would be a great property. I think the smartest idea for them would be to make it like a $30 million movie. Don't do a $200 million blockbuster. Do a dark, gritty version of Batman Beyond. The visual effects have come so far that you don't need $200 million to show the technology that they have. Make it a nice, grounded character piece. But I don't run the studios, so that means nothing.
I like him too. Man, the Amells, those were good stock, weren't they?
They are.
He's absolutely freaking right about several things. One, he would probably never get to do it. If anything, he's right. Maybe he gets to play old Batman. Two, yeah, he looks great for Terry McGinnis. That would be perfect.
Yeah, he does.
He's probably got another 10 years where he could pull that off.
Oh, I don't know about 10.
10's a stretch, but
maybe 5.
Yeah, 5 good years. I think 10's a huge stretch. Maybe 8. Anyway, he could do it for a while.
So, onto television. Arrow, they are they've released they're releasing a bunch of promos and stuff. Don't get us wrong here. That we want to cover this stuff, but I mean, this is just spoiler territory. A lot of it.
When you're just releasing clips of the show that I'm going to watch in a couple days, I just shrug it off.
Yeah,
I'm not. I mean, I'm as desperate as anyone, I suppose. I mean, hell, you've heard us, but
yeah,
I can wait a few days.
Right.
Did you learn nothing from Christmas Eve?
Yeah, I mean, but they have. If you're interested, they've released a new featurette with Emily Bett Richards, who plays Felicity on Arrow. It shows some footage from the premiere episode that you'll get literally 2 days from now,
right? From
when we're recording, anyway.
Yeah, probably about the time this is out.
It shows some new footage from the premiere episode involving Felicity dealing with hearings to see if she's fit to be Palmer Tech CEO. She's laying in bed with Oliver, and they're talking it over, and it was kind of fun. She's like, do you want your company back as an early Christmas present? He says, I think you're better suited to the job. And she says, we're flirting with bankruptcy. And he says, yeah, exactly. You're only flirting.
That's a good point, buddy.
Right?
I mean, Oliver's got a lot of good qualities, but I would rather have her be CEO any day.
Right?
Any damn day.
Now, there's also been an Arrow Season 4 promo called Aim Higher. It's been a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same action and whatnot. And it ends with Oliver resolving to fight for Star City. And it's just really kind of odd. It feels kind of weird. Also, Wendy Miracle has confirmed that Hawkman will be introduced on Arrow.
So it is going to be Arrow. We were wondering about that.
Yeah, right. Hawkman is going to be Arrow. Okay. Now,
and we still got a Hawkgirl on The Flash, so...
If you want to check out the season premiere of Arrow, it is October 7th on the CW.
Preceded moving the day over before by The Flash.
Yes. Moving over to The Flash. New Flash promo. We get our first real look at Zoom. He's running, so he's kind of blurry. He's dark blue, and he's got light blue lightning coming out of him. So that was cool. As Jason mentioned earlier, Flash does return on October 6th, and I will be there with little bitty lightning bolts on. Legends of Tomorrow. They have confirmed that Jay Jackson is going to be the other half of Firestorm. It's Franz Drameh. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but anyway.
We knew that. We've already discussed that. It's wrong. We've said it wrong. We knew we were going to.
Yeah, and they have begun production on the Flash Arrow crossover.
Yeah.
Legends of Yesterday.
LOT is officially filming a thing now.
Yeah. We'll pop over to Gotham real quick. And Ben McKenzie and Morena Baccarin are apparently getting married, so congratulations to those cats. Everyone's kind of flipping out.
Shotgun marriage.
Yeah, everyone's flipping out about her baby bump. But apparently, as soon as her divorce is finalized, they're going to get married.
I'm not the one I'm no lawyer, but I'm almost sure something went amiss in the timing on that.
Yeah.
They're going to make a pretty baby.
Yeah. Well, maybe. Maybe it'll have Ben's scowl.
Right.
It's going to come out of the womb with big clenched teeth.
It's going to come out and like grab the doctor's tie and pull it in real close and just stare at it. Just stare at that doctor.
And then go, it's like the doctor's about to slap him. He grabs him by the tie and goes, "Bad idea."
Right.
In a weird twist, Marilyn Manson tweeted, "Wouldn't you love Gotham even more if I was a part of the show?"
He's actually right. I kind of would enjoy that.
I wouldn't. But...
And you know what? Just for fun, make him a good guy. I mean, we're full up on villains, right? Come in and let him, come in for an episode, be fun for a minute, be kind of charming, and then, get killed saving somebody. Hell yeah.
Yes, exactly what we need. The 2015 version of Coolio and Batman and Robin moving along.
That is unfair. Manson has had at least a couple of acting jobs before, which makes him wildly more, prepared.
Yeah, well. Over to Supergirl. First of all, happy birthday to Melissa Benoist, the star of Supergirl. She turned 27 on October 4th.
Did we finally figure out it's Benoist, by the way? Was that ever confirmed?
I assume it is.
Okay, so we're just still
if I ever
guessing
hear
poorly like we are prone to do?
Yep.
All right, well, carry on.
Speaking of guessing poorly on names, Supergirl star Mechad Brooks says his version of DC Comics' Jimmy Olsen is, quote, not a bumbler.
He does not look like a bumbler, that one.
Woo. Yeah, I assumed as much.
That guy looks pretty put together. I don't think bumbling, it's going to be playing against type pretty hard there.
Right. Now, they released a Supergirl See Never Before Seen footage trailer, and there are lots of fighting shots. I think we see Hal Grammett, and he looks creepy as shit. And lots of effect shots that actually look really cool and make me excited for the show. Unfortunately, they have this terrible voiceover from Melissa going, "This world doesn't just have one superhero anymore. It has Supergirl." And I hate it. There were so many other different ways that you could present that line. And they chose the hammiest version of that. Yeah, that's pretty odd. It's pretty on the nose. Speaking of,
first of all,
bad things,
Superman was already out there. In their universe, is it literally just Superman running around? There's no vigilantes anywhere, no nothing.
I'm assuming, yeah.
No nothing. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No Olivers, no Bruces.
Now, speaking of bad things on Supergirl, Iddo Goldberg is set to play Red Tornado in Supergirl.
God, that costume.
They released a picture. They released a picture of Red Tornado. It's awful.
I mean, he was out. That picture was out. Unless they've changed it or upgraded it. He's been out for a couple weeks, and it looks like a reject from the set of Sharknado. It looks terrible.
It looks like the Vision from Age of Ultron went shopping in an Agrabah bazaar.
That's
what
work.
It looks like.
Or if I gave someone $24 and said, "Can you recreate the Vision?" and they were like, "Cool, I got you."
$24.
$24.
That's stretching it. That's stretching it by about $15.
That's the 15 you need to buy a 12-pack and prepare for your mission.
Right.
$4 worth of glue sticks, $3 worth of spray paint, whatever cardboard I find on the way to the workshop, and a 12-pack of Natty.
I've seen better costumes in 1963 Doctor Who.
Well, that's cutting. That's cutting is what that is.
I'm like, just wrap that ugly ass costume in some tinfoil and I'll be good.
Right.
Anyway,
I'd have been happier if he'd come out and the entire costume was green. I could have then presumed that there was going to be some post. I don't know what amount of post could possibly save that costume.
Right. Nope, he's just being ironic.
Right. I feel I feel like I've learned from this lesson before, because I remember seeing the shots of Bane and Bruce on the steps of a Wall Street something or other, and hell, even Conan had the shots out and was making fun of how short everyone looked and everything. Which, to be fair, Conan can make fun of about anyone for being short, so that's a little easy. But I saw those shots and I was real hopeful, and I even kind of talked a couple people back into being like, "Oh man, it's not that bad. Just look, think about this, blah blah blah." No, I learned my lesson. That did look terrible when it came out, and I will no longer defend those kinds of shots. So this looks terrible.
Mm-hmm. I agree. One more bit of Supergirl news. David Harewood says big things may be in store for his character Hank Henshaw, saying that Cyborg Superman may be down the line.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
I don't know if I could be more or less indifferent than I am at that.
Yeah, me either.
Sounds good. I won't really care about any of that. I won't care about casting. I won't care about who's where and what and who's who, and I don't give a damn until I've actually seen the story, seen what kind of threads we're going to pick up, and I won't really care till probably like late November, because they're going to start on October 6th. I'm going to need 4 or 5 episodes to get into the story, to make sure there is a story, because the first few episodes are going to be relatively procedural.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I won't know until end of this year, pretty much, how much I care, for sure.
Yeah, me too. I mean, oh, man.
I'm giving it exactly a 50% chance of me being hopeful, though, because I refuse to round up or down.
Okay. Well, unless you have anything, do you?
No, I do not. I absolutely do not.
All right.
Oh,
well,
no, wait,
guys,
I do.
I'm
sorry.
What?
I'm confused.
Oh, my God.
I know.
What happened?
Yeah.
What do you have that I didn't
pull
catch?
it back in here. I'm sure didn't catch it.
All right.
What was it that... Now, let's just think back about our news and what we know about who's doing what now. What was it that...
Okay.
The guy playing Roy Harper, whose name I never remember, Abercrombie. What was it he went off
Colton
to do?
Haynes.
Cool. What did he go off to do?
I don't know.
And was it his choice to kind of pull his role back? Or did he...
No.
Okay, so he got pulled back.
They knew when they signed him that his role was only going to be for like a couple of years, as a primary cast member. So they knew that they didn't have him for a huge amount of time anyway, because he was kind of interested in not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of their plan anyway, apparently, from what I understand. But he went off to go do what he has referred to as a very sad movie.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that actually makes sense.
I don't know what that is.
So he's probably not getting paid a lot for this little indie film he's off to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. Well, see, when they insist on using commercials to interrupt football games, and one of them was him walking on a subway to pimp like a game app of some kind. I don't know. It looked like Candy Crush or some shit. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Normally during those bits, I'm yelling at the TV for not showing me more football. But in this one, he's just... It looked like an app for a Candy Crush. I don't know, man. It was a really cheap commercial that he was doing, and I felt real sad for a second. Apparently, he just... I guess, do you need a paycheck while you're doing the sad film or the indie film? Or I mean, that's cool. I got it. I got you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I defended Willie Nelson while he hawked tacos to get out of debt with the government. I can defend this.
I just don't understand why he's not the actual spokesperson for Abercrombie and Fitch. But whatever.
They don't have spokespeople. I
forgot.
The Fitches and the Abercrombie's, they believe that all young men and women below 22 should weigh no more than 120 pounds and have never learned a language. Mm-hmm. I think it's probably in a handbook somewhere.
And that's true, guys. Look it up. It's a fact.
You know what's sad? That probably is true. That's probably some complete bullshit that I'm completely right about.
Actually, I had a friend, very pretty girl, and she very briefly worked for American Eagle, and she claimed that they actually had people from corporate come down and like go up to each employee and like line them up and like line up the employees, and they told them that like who wasn't pretty enough to work there and fired them.
That sounds more right than I would care to believe. I mean, go ask a Hooters waitress one day what the hell they go through for their evals.
Yeah,
it's grotesque actually.
So,
well, now that we've tackled that topic.
Yeah. Hey guys, Dave just popping in here real quick. We mentioned earlier in the show that we had technical difficulties last week, which made us really late. And in fixing those technical difficulties, we wound up making more technical difficulties. So, I mean, that's the way it kind of goes sometimes. And I released it with some problems. I made an executive decision because we were already late. I figured something was better than nothing. I'm sorry for releasing some honestly shitty audio. And it was only in sections, so I just wanted to go back and tell you guys what those were. New promos for The Flash Season 2 came out of Jay Garrick in his costume. Jason and I were really, really positive about that. We really liked that. It looks awesome, honestly. Vanessa Williams of Candyman and Melrose Place signed on to the series in the role of Mrs. West, who would be the wife of Joe, the mother of Iris. So... hey, we talked about a couple weeks ago that we didn't know what the hell happened to her. Well, apparently that was by design. We didn't screw up after all. Something really cool, an inside look into the VFX for The Flash was released. Is the effects folks talking about a lot of the cool effects they've made for the show, including their like completely CGI Central City, and they talk about the singularity from the finale and how they made some of that stuff, as well as Atom Smasher and Grodd. And it's just really cool if you like that kind of thing, if you like that behind-the-scenes effects kind of stuff. That's going to do it for this news episode of DC On Screen. We are a proud member of the Giant Size Team Up Network. If you like this show and want to contribute and want to help us continue on our journey of reviews and news, please remember to give us those 5-star ratings and reviews on iTunes and Stitcher. You can also find every episode at DCOnScreen.com. We're on Facebook as well. If you'd like a similar podcast for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, go check out our friends Matt Carroll and Jeff Randall at the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, MCUcast.com. We already have a review up of Gotham 202 Knock Knock. There's some distortion on that as well, and I'm probably going to go back and fix. And our review of the 90s Flash Season 1 and CW Seeds Vixen, they're coming up over the course of this week. And dude, before this week is up, we're going to have like reviews of the new stuff. So until then, keep some DC on your screen.
Amazon delivery service partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demand. Receive compensation of at least $20 per hour at select stations, plus benefits, and a sign-on bonus of $1,000 from participating DSPs if you apply now. No delivery experience required. Must be 21 years or older. Terms apply. Apply today at amazon.com/driver. That's amazon.com/driver.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.